Hi everyone, my name is Michelle Patterson and I am with Angel Souls. I am an angel medium, a spiritual intuitive, and a writer. And I got a request this morning to make a comment on a video that's talking about astrology from a scientific standpoint. And I want to start off by saying I'm so happy you guys did the video, or whoever did the video. I'm very happy you did it, and I agree with you. Why do I agree with you? Because a lot of people who aren't involved with the spiritual arts, with what people call the occult arts, there are a lot of misconceptions around it. And yes, you're absolutely right. Has astrology changed? Has science changed? Do we adjust to it? We sure do. We sure do. It's part of our growth. And that's how these things develop and become what they are now. So I want to start with those little snippets of horoscopes that you see in the magazines and the newspapers. Should you take those seriously? Why? Astrology is incredibly complicated, okay? You are a complex being, all right? And I mean, we can't get into everything here in a short video, but just know that that is a very general reading, and it's not talking to everybody. I mean, do many of you know that you should be, if you're going to do the horoscopes, the daily horoscopes, you should be looking at your sun sign, your rising sign, also known as the ascendant, and your moon sign. And each one of those aspects addresses an aspect of you. And then it's a general reading. So you got to read into it and take what works for you. And so you're probably sitting there going, wait, what? Yeah, exactly. That's why I say I agree with you. Those are just for fun. For funsies, so treat it that way, okay? Now let me tell you about my profession and sort of the things that have been a little shocking to me. People don't know how to get readings. People come to me, I read angel oracle cards and I give spiritual advice. And really what I'm supposed to be doing is someone comes to me and I'm going to tune into your energy and I'm going to act as a mirror to show you the things about yourself that maybe you have become numb to, or to validate what you already know and just give you a reminder and a little push in the right direction. I'm going to give you some things that you can use to get your life going in a good direction, okay? And then I'm going to turn you around and send you back to your life. A lot of people have a problem with this. Okay, I think of a reading as coming sort of to the watering hole and getting nourishment and then going back and knowing how to move forward in your life. And people actually come in, like I said, wanting me to give them a list of things that they should do to correct their life. And almost, sometimes I feel like they want me to do it for them. Okay, that's not how this works. I had a client who came to me and she got a reading, and I was in a good place, man. I was really digging deep and I was tapping into my resources, and I really gave her this soul level message. And she went, that doesn't make any sense. Am I going to be making money this year or not? And I was so taken aback by that, and I felt really bad for her, because the answer to her question, her very simplistic and shallow question, is no, you're not. Why? You're too focused on it. It's what runs you. It's your God. So no, you won't, because you just missed everything else I told you that could get your life going in a good direction. Okay? Astrology, tarot card readings, angel card readings, these things are not here to tell you how to live, okay? They're here to give you some information, to reflect some things back to you that you might want to put some energy into and some thought into, and then for you to go take accountability for your own life. Okay, I always think of like a nutritionist. Like, we all know how to eat, right? And we know how to eat well, but we might not be motivated to do so until you go to a nutritionist and they start giving you tricks and tools and maybe some recipes and what have you. And because they're so jazzed about doing this, they do it every day, it's their life, it's infectious, right? So it gets you motivated to go off and eat well. But whether you go off and do it is up to you. So if you go off and you choose not to use the information that you were given and you don't feel well, don't be coming back to the nutritionist and saying, well, your stuff didn't work, okay? She can't feed you. She can't live your life for you. It's your job to do that, okay? I'll use another analogy with spirituality. I really think, and it's gonna be a sports analogy, which doesn't make sense. I don't like sports, but here we go anyway. I think of God, source creator, as sort of the owner of the teams. And every planet, whatever else is out there, has its own sport going on. we're the players, the angels and the guides are the coaches. And in astrology, the natal chart is the playbook, okay? And we can sit here and draw out all these different plays all we want. We don't know how things are going to go until we're on the field and playing the game. And part of what makes a player a really good athlete is how well they can adjust to change. That's what creates you, okay? Because you're out there with other players. They got their own thing going on. They have free will. How are you going to adjust? How are you going to still be a good sport about everything, right? That's the compassion. How are you going to react in that situation, all right? This is how you have to look at it. So if somebody says, oh, you're this kind of person, you're this kind of person, blah, 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 yeah, that's a possibility, but you know, how have you let others affect your energy? And who are you now? These are just tools for you to use, okay? So don't blame astrology if your life ain't going right, okay? You need to look at other things in your chart. There are also transits, okay? There's a progress chart. There's all these other things. That's what I'm saying. Like, astrology is very complicated. So you do need to go to an astrologer who has a very great, deep knowledge of this art to then spend time, a good hour even, looking at your aspects. And even then, they can't tell you what to do, okay? These are just the energies that you could work with. What you do with them is absolutely up to you, okay? So I hope that's helpful. Of course, if you have questions for me, reach out to me, and I would be happy to address them. All right, guys, thanks so much for this opportunity. Take care. Bye-bye.